And for more on this, we're joined by Mahdi Ghuloom in Manama. He's a fellow in geopolitics at the Observer Research Foundation Middle East. Welcome to the programme, Mahdi. Now, the UAE has massive reserves, but it's asking for a US backstop. Is liquidity much tighter than what's being told, or is this just wartime manoeuvring?
I think this is a strategy to build long-term resilience. If these reports are indeed confirmed, I think the UAE is a benchmark economy in the region, and policymakers in the UAE tend to be quite creative and innovative in terms of building in resilience and strategizing to make sure that the economy is strengthened in the long term. So I view this as a long-term strategy to make sure that reserves are boosted beyond the massive reserves that they have now. So I wouldn't call it a bailout per se, as much as I would call it a resilience strategy to boost the economy in the future, should this be true.
Right, now if Abu Dhabi starts selling its oil in the Chinese currency, it could trigger a collapse in global dollar demand. Is the White House taking this on to save the petrodollar?
No, I think if the White House takes this on, it would be more of a credit towards the UAE status. The US has currency swap lines with Canada, with the UK, Japan, and to bring the UAE, a Gulf country that has been a strategic partner of the US for many years now, into that sphere, I think that would be the consideration. It would be more kind of geopolitical considerations than any kind of report of a threat per se.
Meanwhile, Bahrain has already set up a $5 billion swap line with the UAE as well. If Abu Dhabi doesn't receive this cash from the US, does the GCC financial model collapse under the weight of the Hormuz blockade?
No, I think generally, two topics here. When it comes to the Hormuz blockade, many Gulf countries have been utilizing alternative routes. So the UAE has alternative routes to export its oil, Saudi Arabia as well. That's on that front. But, in the case of the Bahrain-UAE currency swap, I view it as actually, more to the point of the UAE supporting Bahrain's economy. And only shows kind of more to the argument that the UAE is not in need, for example, of the currency swap with the US, as much as it's a matter perhaps of deepening that strategic relationship with the United States.
Mahdi Ghuloom, great to have your analysis. Thank you for joining us on TRT World.
Thank you.